Hello again, I am Blunty, and as the title suggests, I am looking at another set of iPhone lenses today. I've reviewed a few different types of these over the years, and I've enjoyed them, and I've recommended a few different bits and pieces. These ones, oops, wrong way, no, I'll do it that way. I haven't decided which way up I want the little box. As you see, they come in a little hard case. I just knocked the lenses out of the foam there. Hard case container and foam backing to keep them all nice and tidy and secure when you're on the road and stuff. And they even give you a little lens cloth which has the brand of these particular ones on there. It's Apexel, I think that's how they want that pronounced. It's really nice. So the idea behind these ones, unlike the some of the other ones that I've reviewed in the past, which are specifically designed to clip securely onto a specific type of phone, usually an iPhone, you know, they're custom molded and everything, and when you upgrade your iPhone, you have to throw them out and hope that they bring out a new version of the thing. But this one solves that issue by using this little clip mechanism here. So the idea is you grab one of the lenses, and we'll go through what these lenses are in just a second. You clip it into the little clippy thing, and you slap it on your phone there. Now, the advantage here is you don't have to rebuy your damn lenses every time you upgrade your phone. This will fit a whole bunch of different phones. As you can see there, it's a big clip, so it's got plenty of reach to come right down to the, the phones that have the little lenses in the middle down there, and you can put it anywhere. You can, put it on the front lens if you want to as well, if you're doing your selfies or your FaceTiming and all that sort of stuff. So very, very flexible, and I do like that. Now, I have tried, a friend of mine got some of these clip-on lenses before, but there was the big circle ones. And it was a piece of crap, I got to tell you. It didn't fit very well. The circle thing didn't hinge very well. It got very loose very quickly. But these Apexel people claim that this design is much, much better for that, and it won't wear out and get loose and all that sort of stuff. And I have to take them at their word for it, because I've been using this for a month now, and yeah, it's still nice and firm as it should be. As you can see, it's got a little nub there to hold onto the back of your phone, or indeed the front of your phone, depending on which way you've got this mounted around. And the lenses clip in quite securely to a little C-bracket thingy here, which has been specifically molded for these particular lenses. And it is a 3-in-1 lens kit, and as is common for these kits, you've got your wide-angle lens here, which is a 0.67 times wide-angle lens, 75-degree angle of view, and if you unscrew the front element, boom, you get a macro lens. That's very, very standard and common for these type of lenses. So it's always nice to have that too, and very handy, I found. And of course, the other chappy is the fisheye lens here. Now, this fisheye lens is actually a little bit better than most, because most fisheye lenses you get in these types of cell phone lens kit things do the black circle thing. You get the heavy vignetting around the sides. This one doesn't do that. It is a 180 degree fisheye lens, but it does not have that heavy, severe black vignetting and bordering as a lot of these inexpensive fisheye lenses can have. So that was a very pleasant surprise. Now, the other thing worth mentioning, by the way, is these are not plastic bodied lenses. This is aluminium, and they're proper glass lenses. And oh god, nasty! See my thumbprint on the lens there? Ew. Better clean that. But yeah, they're really nicely built. Very, very solid. Very robust metal, not plastic. Absolutely worth mentioning. Before we can now get on to the demo shots. Now, I can probably pretty much let these sample shots speak for themselves. I mean, you can see for yourself. I've got lined up here the differences between the native lens on the iPhone, the wide-angle lens, and the fisheye. And we'll sprinkle in some macro shots here as well. And there is very little surprise amongst these lenses. They perform very much like almost every other decent quality clip-on cell phone lens thingy you can imagine out there. Now, you're never going to get DSLR quality stills out of these things. They are clip-on lenses. They they don't replace the existing lens like an interchangeable lens camera system does. You're focusing through a bunch of glass onto the existing lens, onto the existing sensor. So there are limitations there. So, for example, as is common with these things, you get a little soft around the edges. That's all very normal, but through the center, they're nice and clear and sharp. There is no detectable color shift that I could see, and I have had that happen with some cell phone lenses. They throw a weird color cast. These ones are very clear, very nice. They don't mess with the contrast. They don't mess with the colors. They don't mess with anything except, slight softness around the edges. And again, that's to be expected with these clip-on wide-angle lens things. That's just part of the physics of it. And if you're new to this kind of clip-on lens, it's more than just being able to get a wider angle field of view, although that is handy, especially for those of you who like to take group selfies, for example. Very handy to have a wide-angle clip-on lens for that sort of stuff. Get all your friends in at once. But if you're a loner photographer like me, who just goes wandering all on your own with your camera, it's more than just getting more into the frame. It changes the aesthetic of the picture. picture. It can change the way you construct a picture because it changes the perspective that you get as well, and we can demonstrate that here. So this is the reason why I've always got some clip-on lenses in my bag of tricks as I'm wandering around. And in fact, these Apexor ones have impressed me enough to make sure that these are my new daily driver lenses that I have stashed in my bag at all times for, you know, emergency photography situations. Before this, I was using some clip-on magnetic lenses on my iPhone 6 Plus here, and they worked fine. But you know, the little metal ring you have to stick onto your phone, that did come loose after a while, and it popped off, and it came off when I tried to pull the lens off, and it wasn't an ideal situation. I had to modify my case so I could get the lens on there. I sort of hacked a thing around my case, and it wasn't exactly a tidy situation. So, you know, these, while they don't perform any better or any worse than the other lenses I was using, they are still good enough lenses, and they're much easier to work with, and they're going to work with, you know, my iPhone, any Android phones I happen to be testing. They work with my iPad, they work with a bunch of other phones out there, and when I do replace this phone at the end of its life, or when the newer fancy one comes out, I can be pretty sure that these are going to work with that as well. So I don't have to re-buy another bunch of lenses, and I don't have to, you know, find the little magnetic clip-on, stick-on, double-sided tapey thing. It's just a nice, tidy solution, and I like them very much. Now then, there is a Amazon link in the description, direct link, not an affiliate link or anything like that. They are listing at the moment for $16.99. Normal price is $24.99. So if you want these, I would say snatch them up sooner rather than later. I mean, at $25 they're pretty cheap anyway, but at you know, at $16.99 or $17, let's call it even, you know, plus shipping, it's a bargain that you probably should snap up, I reckon. Anyway, thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.